Hi guys. How are y'all doing tonight? I'll wait for a few people to get on before I start talking. Today I'm going to be talking about all about money on Etsy, the good, the bad, and the ugly side of shipping during the holidays because it gets pretty crazy around the holidays with Etsy selling and just selling in general. So today we're going to be talking all about that. Hey. So today we're just going to be talking all about money on Etsy and the good, the bad, and the ugly with selling. So I guess what we'll do first is I'll kind of just talk about why I haven't posted so many videos lately. And it is because I have been just crazy busy with orders. It has been the busiest holiday I have had yet. I have been working just nonstop all day, all night on orders. And it's always been busy, but I think that this year has been probably the craziest. Well, I know it's been the craziest. And that on top of just everything else. Can you guys hear me okay? Let me know if you can hear me okay. I got my microphone plugged up right here. Hi. I'm happy to talk to y'all about this stuff. I want to be honest and open with you guys about everything. So anyways, but yeah, that's why I haven't posted as many videos because I've just been so busy, but I'm planning on just getting more videos up here soon. I'm almost at the end of the tunnel. I have about 60 orders left and I'll be finished for at least until after, December. Hey, Amanda. Hey, Westwood and Shanna. Good. I'm glad y'all can hear good. So I guess the first thing I want to talk about is the fact that the good, the bad, and the ugly with selling. You're obviously going to have an influx of orders, which is what I was just talking about. Things are going to be crazy in the beginning. And it takes a while, I guess, to build up that whole, like it took me a couple of years to get a really busy holiday. The first year was a little bit crazier than normal, but it wasn't as bad as, during the regular part of the year. And then as I started to grow on Etsy, the orders just started growing during the holidays. And last year was probably my biggest year, the first biggest year I had. And it got so crazy. I remember I thought that was bad. But then when this year came, I thought I was prepared, but I was definitely not prepared. It was just as you think you're prepared, you never can be prepared enough to what can really happen. So I've been shipping out hundreds of orders at a time and it has just been crazy, but just be prepared for the influx of orders to come, which can lead to stress. And you don't want to be too stressed. So try and I guess prepare as best as you can. Do what you can to prepare by just buying ahead. And I did do that this year, but apparently I didn't buy enough. I kept having to go back and get more of things. So I didn't prepare as much as I should. So I guess what I would suggest is just over prepare. Buy as much as you can and get everything ready because you can always, I guess, return things or use it for the next year if you don't. But that is definitely one of the kind of, I guess, cons and pros to the holidays. You're going to have the influx of orders, which can lead to stress, but it's also good to have an influx of orders because you want your business to grow. And another thing is the shipping and tracking delays. So I've been getting a lot of questions about shipping delays on Etsy and how do you handle if things are delayed. And right now with the virus and with Black Friday and with just everything, the holidays, there has been a lot of delays this year. This year I've had the worst time with customers having delays in their shipping. And a lot of them blame you as the seller. I've been getting a lot of, I don't know, questions saying, why is the tracking not updated? Blah, 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 blah. And that's not our fault. We can't control the post office. We can't control all that. So this year I actually had a lot of that. And this last week, actually, I had a whole bunch of my packages when I dropped them off. I don't know if the post office didn't scan them, but it sat in this holding period for days and days. And I was so stressed because I think that was the biggest amount of orders that I had ever dropped off. And I did it a different way this time Because believe it or not, I don't know if you guys knew this, but this is my like 4th or 5th year selling. And I never knew that our post office had a drop location in the back of the post office where all you have to do is load your car up in the back of the post office and you just put your boxes in a shipping cart and then they take it for you. I have always for years taken all of my packages in the post office and waited in line because I thought that's what you had to do. But no. So if you guys start getting a lot of orders, go see if you have a little location behind your post office to go drop off your orders because I feel so dumb that I didn't know that. Well, nobody ever told me. So anyways, I kind of lost track of what I was talking about. Hi, Amanda. So what was I talking about? Oh yeah, the shipping with the shipping delays. So yes, I had a bunch of different packages that just sat in this holding period for days and everybody thought that I just didn't ship their orders out and I was so stressed. I thought that they got lost and it was like 80 or 90 packages and they were all in pre-transit for days. So I don't know what happened with that, but they finally started moving so I could breathe a little bit. Amanda, you said, how early do I start stocking up for the Christmas season? So I start usually in the fall around August. Well, I guess kind of August, whenever the Christmas stuff starts kind of coming out and like Hobby Lobby and things like that. That's kind of when I start getting ready for Christmas. So around summertime, I start planning for Christmas and getting ready for Christmas. And then I know I've talked about this before. And then in the Christmas time, I start planning for the spring, which I haven't really even got a chance to start planning too much for this year yet or next year, because I've been so busy. Hey, so Mom Squad said, I never know about the post office. Good to know. I will be starting my business soon. Super excited to start preparing as much as possible. Yes, it is really good to know about the post office. I hate that I didn't know for so long because, like I said, I've been trying to roll boxes in and out and in and out and in and out and wait in line, and it was terrible. It was just awful. Does anybody, while we're on the topic of shipping, does anybody have any questions about shipping or tracking or delays or anything like that before we talk about something else? Shipping, like I said, it's been so bad, but how I handle that is I just reach out to the customer if they have questions and I tell them I kind of reiterate how the post office works and how we kind of are not in control of that. And, that's really all we can do. And I always tell them that I will keep an eye on everything for them. And if they want to call and check on it, they're more than welcome to. And that's really the only thing you can do. There's nothing you can do. And if something goes completely lost, which I haven't had that happen, but just a few times, I will usually try and get a claim at the post office and let them know that, the package never arrived and they will refund you your money if in the instance that happens. And then you can always make your customer a new one if you're able to. Do I get a discount on shipping through Etsy? Yes, you do. If you use Etsy shipping labels, you definitely do get a discount. It's only, I think you get, I don't know the percentage, but it is cheaper than going to the post office and shipping that way. So definitely use Etsy labels if you want to ship through the post office or ship through FedEx. UPS is not on shipping or Etsy's labels, just FedEx and USPS. So yes, that you do get a discount. And I used to not use it. I used to go into the post office and buy each individual package. And that was a lot of time wasted. And another good thing about Etsy shipping labels is you have a way to print a scan form, which is one form for all of your packages. So the people at the post office only have to scan the scan form and they don't have to scan each individual package. So that's nice. No problem. My packages aren't being scanned by my post office and it's been so frustrating. It doesn't update until it's delivered. Yes, I have seen that happen too. That is so frustrating. I don't know how they get skipped through that whole process, but that seems to be what happened with my packages too. But I've been getting a lot of people messaging me asking why their order has not arrived yet or when is my item shipping? It's so frustrating, but that's part of the whole handmade business. We are not Amazon Prime. People don't realize that though, unfortunately. So any more questions about shipping or anything like that? The wind is blowing again tonight, just like our last live. I don't know what is going on here lately. with the weather. Okay, so we can come back to that if anybody has any questions about that. But the next thing I wanted to talk about was the customers during the holidays. So I think everybody knows that we can have kind of the people around the holidays that can be a little bit grouchy and they want their stuff right now. I've been getting quite a few people like that this season. And I don't know, I guess I'm just not used to that in previous years. People have always usually been very understanding, but I guess with everything going on in the world, it's understandable. But dealing with rude customers, the best thing to do is just try and be patient with them and realize, I guess they're going through something too, and just help them as much as you can understand the whole tracking and shipping situation, and just to understand that you're there for them as a seller and you will answer any questions they have. And I guess just be as polite as you can. Try not to be snappy because that will definitely get you in trouble. Hold on, I got some questions. Let's see. What is my typical turnaround time? Right now I have 3 to 5 days. Okay, so normally I will have for decals, it's 1 to 3 business days. And then for anything else personalized, it was like 5 to 7 days. But I had the ornaments at about 1 to 2 weeks back in the beginning of the season, just because I just wanted to give myself time. But usually about 5 to 7 days for personalized items. Hi, what is happening with Etsy in January 2021? I've been told things are changing. I'm actually not sure. I haven't heard anything, but I'll tell you, Etsy has been changing since like forever. It always is changing and there's always new things happening. But nothing, I wouldn't be too worried about anything crazy happening. At least I hope not. But I haven't heard of anything yet. They're always sending us emails to give feedback of certain things, and you kind of get a little bit of an idea of what's going on, what they're thinking about changing. This happened back with the whole new Etsy ads situation, where if you made over a certain amount of money, you had to pay for ads and all that stuff. I remember there was a little survey that it came out with before. So you kind of know things are changing when you get that email if they pick you to do the surveys, which I always do the surveys if I get them. Does everything usually go first class? So first class is something you can pick to ship with. First class is a lot slower. It's usually like around 5 days. At least right now it's running around 5 days to a week in some cases. But you can pick first class for things that are smaller, under a pound, like decals and things like that. And then you can upgrade to priority for anything that you want to go a little faster. It costs a little bit more money. Does everything okay? Did you have snow in South Carolina today? And wow, you had flurries in North Carolina. That's wow. No snow. It wasn't too cold today, actually. It was probably in the, I don't know, 50s or something like that. So no snow, but I wish. Do I use Etsy Plus? If so, how do I feel about it? I don't use Etsy Plus. I just kind of have the regular Etsy. And honestly, I don't even really know what the perks of having Etsy Plus is. Does anybody know? Yeah, it is. It's a little colder now. I guess now that the wind's picked up a little bit. But no, let's look it up real quick, actually, about Etsy Plus, because I've heard a lot of sellers have that, but I don't know really what the perks of having Etsy Plus. All those things on my phone are customers sending emails. And I know I just got to prepare myself to be able to answer the same question over and over and over again. Etsy Plus. Let's see. So Etsy Plus is sellers ready to take their shop to the next level. Etsy Plus provides you with tools to help you stand out from the crowd and jumpstart growth. So it includes credits for shop listing and Etsy ads, access to custom web address discounts, restock requests, advanced shop customization, and more. I've always heard about it, but I haven't signed up for it. But it's actually interesting. I might look into it more, and I'll let you know if I try it out. How long did it take my business to start growing from using Etsy? So the first year it grew a lot. It wasn't to the point where I could say, oh, I'm making a ton of money. I was very happy though. I was making more than than I thought that I would. I guess to really start growing, I think that this year has been the biggest growth that I've had. And last year I really started to take off. And then I had my daughter in 2016. And then we had a lot of stuff happen between then, my last daughter. And so it's been crazy. So I hadn't had much time to put into my shop as I've had kind of now that we've moved and everything like that. I'm able to put a lot more into my shop. So the more you put into it, the more you'll see it grow. So if you're sitting there putting all your effort into it and making it your full-time job, you can do it. Let's see. Any words of wisdom for somebody moving from a hobby to a business in 2021? So yes, the best thing you can do is just go for it. And like I said before, give it your all and just really act like it's your baby and just put all of your effort into it and take all of your time to research and just do all of the research you can to find, depending on what you're selling, just study it and you're going to do great. Honestly, just do your best. And that's all that you can really do. And there's a lot of growth that can happen in Etsy. You just have to put effort into it. So I guess that's the best advice I could say is just put a lot of effort into it and just take time to study and research. Have I ever heard of a shipping service called Pirate Ship? Yes, I have heard of Pirate Ship. That's something I want to look more into in this coming year. I want to find out more shipping platforms and things like that. A lot of people use Pirate Ship. So yes, I've heard of it. And it's definitely one of the more popular shipping sites. And I think it does offer discounts, probably similar to Etsy. Did I open my new silhouette yet? No, I still haven't opened my silhouette yet. I know you guys are probably like, are you serious? You've had it for weeks and you haven't opened that thing yet. You guys got to keep getting on to me about it. I'm just trying to get these holiday orders done. But like I said, 60 left, y'all, and I'll finish. I'll be done. So ready for that. Have I ever done any craft shows? If so, do I have any tips on doing Etsy and craft shows? So no, I've never done craft shows. I've always wanted to do the little holiday one that we have around here. But every time I gear up to do it, I get too busy. I'm so busy here just doing what I'm doing that I just don't have time to pre-make things. But that's something I'm going to be working on this year because that would be so much fun. I would love to do a craft show. Do I have any tips on doing Etsy and craft shows? Like I said, if I do craft shows, I'll be able to give you more advice. But the best thing I could say is just do your Etsy work, and each time you make as many items as you can for your craft shows. So should just do it right now on live. Yeah, hey, maybe I should. I just don't have a table. That thing is like 35 or 36 inches long or something crazy like that. So I don't have a place to put it. I would open it for y'all. Maybe I will do that on a live. I learned so much from you. I'm currently just doing it as a hobby and for friends and family. I work and go to school as a 23-year-old. Wow, that's great. Definitely think about doing Etsy after graduation in the spring. You should definitely do it. I'm so glad that I could teach you some stuff. Like I said, I'm not like an expert or anything like that, but I'm happy that I can help. But starting off as a hobby, I think is a great way to start. Like I said, that's what I did, and it grew into a business. So if you're good at something, try and sell it. That's the best thing you can do. That is definitely a good way to start. If you're good at something, you should sell it. So I'm trying to look back to what I was talking about here. Let's see. Thank you for sharing my knowledge. My husband and I have made over 300 this weekend on our Etsy. We have only been up in 2 months. That's amazing. That's great. Keep it up. Keep up the work because it will definitely pay off. The more work you put into it, you will definitely be successful. So congratulations. Do I use a photo box for my pictures? So no, I do not have a photo box. I literally just get some paper, some decorative paper from Hobby Lobby, and I open up some windows and use my ring light, and then I just take a picture of it, and then I go on my phone and edit the brightness and some things like that, and just that's how I do my pictures. My biggest hesitation is taxes and expenses. Yes, I have a video coming on that for the end of the year. I'm going to plan on talking all about how I organize like when the money that I'm spending on my business and I was always so confused on how to take all of Etsy's fees and everything and figure that out for tax time, because when you're doing your taxes, you have to know your expenses and your supplies and all of that. And I got so overwhelmed because I didn't really track it in the beginning. So I had to go back, bank statements, and just figure everything out. And it was so stressful. So I figured out a good method that I have going on right now. So I'm happy to share that with you guys. So stay tuned for a video coming soon. And I'm not a tax expert at all. So I'm just going to give you guys advice on how I organize for taxes, but I can't give y'all any tax advice because, like I said, I'm not the person to talk about that for sure. So I had an order for a 9x24 sign. She paid already and then decided she needed a 9x36 sign, and she was glad to pay more, but didn't know how to charge and how would she pay more for the larger sign. Okay, so if anybody ever wants to add something to their order, or you need to include more money for their order, I set up a custom listing and then I send it to them so they can just pay the additional. So if she wanted to change it and it wasn't an error on anybody else's part, then yes, she should pay for the bigger sign. And I would just include a custom listing. I don't know if you know how to do that on Etsy, but you just make a listing and just charge what you want, put in the price, and then send her that listing and through the email, and she'll just pay for it on her credit card. And then when you're ready to ship your order, you just mark that custom listing as complete. That's how you charge somebody for more money. When I do my ornaments, what vinyl brand do I use? The way that I peel, it seems so easy and it takes me forever with the weeding tools. I feel like a dental hygienist. Yes, I understand that. So I use Oracle 651. That's the only vinyl I pretty much use for any of my custom stuff, like my car decals and all of that. And I always set my settings on my silhouette to the regular vinyl setting, and then I update my force to 12. So it's set to normally 10. And if you have the silhouette, I up my force. I don't know how it is on Cricut and the other machines, but just the thing that makes your blade go deeper, set that higher a little bit and just play around with it and figure out. And then your stuff will just peel like butter if you get the right setting. So I totally get it. I hate weeding. Sometimes it's nice and therapeutic, but most times I just don't like doing it. So have I ever used chalkboard paint on my signs? It seems cheaper than regular chalk paint for some reason. No, I haven't used chalkboard paint, but isn't that where like you can write on it like a chalkboard? I could be wrong, but no, I haven't used chalkboard paint. Do I have a separate bank account for personal and business use? So yes, I do. I go to a credit union for my business bank because they have a lot of perks for being a small business owner, and you can have the lowest amount of money you want on there or the most amount of money you want on there. And any other bank I looked at, you had to have like a $1,500 minimum. And being a small business owner, you don't want to have a hold on your money like that. I didn't like that. I mean, even though it doesn't matter, it's fine. I just didn't like having that hold on my money. So credit unions are great. Go open a business account, and you just literally open it with your EIN number, which is your tax number. So whenever you start paying taxes, you get an EIN, and that's kind of how you open a lot of your bank accounts and things like that. Good evening and season's greeting from the Caribbean. Hello, nice to see you. Wow, it must be nice there. I wonder if it's warmer than it is here. So the next thing I'll bring up about shipping and everything during the holidays are the constant messages from customers. We can talk about that really quick. So, and I kind of did mention that earlier, but when you're shipping and during the holidays, you're going to get those customers that are constantly messaging you. And that is one thing that causes a lot of stress. So like we were talking earlier, and my phone was just going off. Those were all emails. Do you know when my order shipping yet? And one of them just placed their order, right before I closed down. And they have, like I said, a 5 to 7 day turnaround time, but people want it immediately. So just be prepared for that. If you're shipping during the holidays, as you start getting more busy, you're going to have the customers that expect it to be just like Amazon Prime. And you just have to be prepared for that. And I've been surprised. I've seen some sellers that just don't deal with it and don't respond to their customers. And that is waiting for a bad review. Just don't be very responsive to those particular customers, especially, and make sure that they know you are there for them and you're going to ship their order out. Because I'm in a lot of groups where people are like, oh, I just ignore those messages. But no, do not ever, ever, ever ignore those messages, because those are the people that are impatient. And now I think Etsy has where they can leave reviews before they even get their item. So just keep that in mind. Hello. Yes, chalkboard paint is $10.99 at Home Depot, and black chalk paint is $19.99. That is different. I don't know about that. I haven't tried it, but if you try it out, let me know. Yes, it is warm. We just officially got out of the hurricane season. Oh, yeah. We get a lot of the after effects of hurricanes around here, but we don't ever get hurricanes. Hi from Texas. Hello from South Carolina. But yes, that is the bad about selling during the holidays. Just remember that you're going to have stress. Remember that you're going to have the influx of orders. Just be prepared to take on a ton of orders. And if you can't handle those orders, it's okay to limit yourself. Set a quantity that you're comfortable with. This year, I had a really hard time doing that. And that's what advice I got from my family and friends. Everyone said, Sally, you need to just lower your orders. But I said, no, they're coming in. Why would you want to lower yourself or limit yourself orders whenever you can make them? So next year, y'all, I'm going to be hiring help when I get busy times like this, because I had my mom come. I actually asked her for help. I needed somebody to come and help, and I don't ever ask for help. So I had her come and help me one day, and I realized when she helped me how much I got done. And it was even just something as simple as I was doing all the ornaments and she was tying the ribbon on for me. And that was the biggest help, because it cut my time in half. She was able to help with that. And my little girl was over there sorting the decals with the ornaments. And I said, hey, this would be nice. So next year, y'all, I'm going to hire help. I just need to figure out how that works with starting a business, or with having a business and hiring help. I don't really know how that works with having additional employees, but I'll be doing that next year. I wish I lived near you so I could help. Yes, that would be nice. I wish that I had somebody that I knew that did the stuff that I do, because a lot of my family and friends, nobody does any kind of work that I do. So I don't really have anybody I know that knows how to cut vinyl or weed or anything like that. So hopefully I'll be able to find somebody. Sometimes the tracking does not update and the customer just assumes we know exactly where their package is. And this is where great customer service is crucial. Yes, I agree with that. We just have to put ourselves in their position. It's like when you're waiting for something to arrive at your house and you're anxious. And now that I have a business, I don't reach out to people and I don't do anything, because I understand. I get it. Like, I totally get it now. But before I had a business, I didn't know how it was. So I think it's part of when you have a business, you really can put yourself in that position. Mask got me that for me. I had 2 helpers in April. Oh, wow. Let me know how that went for you. I would love to get more advice on hiring help. I never thought I'd get to that point where I would ever have to have help, because it is just only me. I don't have any help normally. And it gets very overwhelming. And there's been plenty nights where I just was so overwhelmed. And I just said, I'm not doing any more tonight. I can't do anymore. You got to be in a good headspace. During these holidays, you have to take care of yourself if you're going to get orders out and not mess up. That's another thing. When you're shipping out a lot of orders, just know that you have to double check yourself, triple check yourself, to make sure that you have everything and you're not missing anything. I'll tell y'all what happened the other day. So I was doing all my orders and shipping everything out, and I was in a rush. And I had one order that she ordered 3 Santa plates, and 2 of them had the same name on them. So when I was cutting my vinyl, I had 2 of the same name. But when I was shipping the orders, getting them all ready for packaging, the one with the 2 names, I was like, why is there this plate's double? I didn't mean to make 2 of these plates. And I put the one out and I did not ship it. So I shipped her order out and she only had 2 of the signs. So I realized it immediately after shipping. So I immediately went to my computer and sent her an email and let her know what happened. And then I shipped out her order right the next day, the second plate, or the plate that was missing. So that was because of me not paying attention, and I was stressed and trying to get orders out. So that happens to everybody, y'all. And she was very understanding and very sweet. But if I would have just shipped that other order out without reaching out to her, she probably would have been really mad or confused or not known where her stuff was. So yes, we need to email. Yes, let me know if you email me and let me know how it worked for you when you had help. I definitely need to hire help. And with all this COVID stuff, I've been kind of hesitant to have people that I don't know coming to help. So that's why I asked my mom to help me, but she has a full-time job too. So, but just that one day of help, y'all, I got so much done. So it was nice to have help. So now I guess we can kind of talk about the good parts of selling during the holidays. So you guys all know there is more orders, and that is always good. And more orders mean more opportunities for future clients, future customers, and more money. So that's always a good way to think about it, is know that if you're selling things kind of like me, so any customized items, things that people could give as gifts, wood signs, vinyl decals, gifts, all of that kind of stuff, the holidays are going to be busy time for you guys. So just be prepared to have that amount of orders come in, and just know that you have a lot of potential to make a lot of money. And the holidays are when I make the most amount of money. So that is always nice. Looking back, this has been definitely my most profitable year yet. And I know a lot of you, I told a lot of you on my Facebook group that I'd be talking a little bit about money. And I'm kind of private with money. I don't really talk to anybody I know about how much money I make or anything like that. But I would love to give you guys kind of an insight on how much money you can make, because at first I wasn't going to talk about this, but I got to thinking it could help a lot of you realize, because if you're a person just like me, I never thought that I could start my own business and make money from home like this. And seeing the potential that I had from this year, I know that when I have help and I can make more, we can make more orders together and I can get more pushed out, there's more money to be made. So on Etsy, I can't tell you guys what I make on a regular basis, but I'll tell you on the most profitable day I've had in the holidays, I guess I can give you guys kind of a range. So on this day, I made between $1,400 and $1,600 in that one day. And keep in mind, this is just me. So, I mean, there's shops that make $7,000 in a day. And there are shops that might make $20 in a day. So just know that it can vary depending on what you sell and how much of it you sell and how much you can get out. But to me, I was very proud of that. I thought that that was good, that I'm at that point where the money is starting to grow. And that's because of the hard work you put in. So if you put in a lot of hard work, you can make a lot of money on Etsy. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but when I saw that, I said, you know, that is a lot of money for a lot of people. I mean, to some people, that might not be a lot of money, but to me, that was good. That was really good for this year. So that is my most profitable day. And keep in mind, I also have to pay fees. You have to pay fees on those. You have to pay taxes at the end of the year and all of that. So when you say, yeah, I made between $1,400 and $1,600 that day, it really, in reality, it's a little bit less than that because you have to pay taxes. So yes, that is, let's see. I also formerly have done taxes and business taxes, my jam. Well, then maybe you can give me some business tax advice and make sure I'm doing it right. Do your children stay at home all day, and do I work or do I send them to daycare? So yes, I do keep them at home. So it is me at home with them all day. And my husband is a very busy man. So he works a lot too, and he helps when he can, obviously. But it is me and the children at home. And I would have had both of them in school this year, but with the whole virtual learning situation, I have my oldest at home right now, and I'm kind of not homeschooling, but doing the virtual learning with her. And then my youngest is home too right now, which she should have been in preschool this year. But with everything going on, we just decided to wait until next year. So yes, my children are literally with me all the time. And the off chance, you know, if I do get help with from family with the children, that's always nice. I always try and get as much done as I can, but it is just me. So, but yes, I wanted to let you all know that you can make a lot of money on Etsy. Just put all of your effort into it, and take time for yourself too. I'm not telling you to just stay up all night every night working, trying to get everything done, but I just want others to know that if you do quit your job, you could I don't know about y'all, but I have never had a job that paid money like that every day. So you can make a lot of money on Etsy. You can, but just don't rely on Etsy solely. That's one thing I'm working on in 2021, is just utilizing my website more and other forms of income. So that's definitely something that's important to remember when you start your Etsy. Just don't throw all of your eggs in the Etsy basket like I had been doing prior years. So does anyone have any other questions about money or how much you can make on Etsy or anything like that? And for those of you who don't know, I sell wood signs, vinyl decals, and personalized gifts. So that's the amount of income you can expect that you can make if you sell the same kind of products. And the week that these last few weeks, like I said, has been the most profitable that I've had. Just in previous years, when I compare to last year and the year before, it's definitely, and I thought I was busy and I thought I was doing good last year. So no telling what the years coming will be like. I haven't thought of a credit union. Thanks for the tip. You're welcome. Yeah, I did my research, and a lot of people said credit unions are the way to go when you open a business account. And it was super easy. I just went into my bank account, or went into the credit union and just said, I want to open up a business bank account, gave them my EIN number, and I just filled out some papers. And now they send you your own card, and everything I buy for my business, I just swipe that card. Everything, absolutely everything. Anything online, I have linked to that card. And then anything I buy, I have linked to that card too. So anybody have any more questions about money or how anything like that? I got to go out and cut wood in the morning. It has been, I was supposed to do it today, but today was a busy day, and I got some more orders out. So I need to cut a bunch of wood this week. I'm luckily not on as many ornaments anymore, but I'm working on wood signs a lot this week. And I'm actually going to be filming a lot this week too for you guys. I know you said you use Wix for your website. Are there other options that I have tried? So Wix is the only other website I have used other than Etsy to sell. I also sell some on Facebook, but not as much as I used to. So yes, Wix, I really like it. I just, like I said, I have not put as much effort into it as I want to. I know that there's a lot, you can pay ads and stuff, Google ads, and make a good bit through that way. But I haven't really, like I said, put as much effort as I want to in it. But yes, I really like Wix. I like having my own website just to fall back on. But if anything happened to Etsy tomorrow, I guess I would just really start pushing Instagram and Facebook and my Wix website. I would just try and guide traffic there as best as possible. And I'm terrible about social media. I need to get better about being active on there, because I've heard that that is the way to go. Being active on your Facebook and Instagram. A lot of people shop on Instagram and Facebook now. So definitely, utilize those if you want other options besides Etsy. I know for my digital shop, there's a lot of other options to sell for my digital stuff, but for actual physical products, it's better to have a standalone website like Wix or Shopify. I was going to switch to Shopify, but then I got more looking into it, and Wix is fine. The only difference is, well, the prices are kind of similar. Wix is a little bit cheaper, and they're both kind of the same. They find everything. They find you through Google. So no matter what you use, you're going to be found the same way. Hi, Sally. Trying to get started with signs and Etsy. Any suggestions? My name is Corey. Any advice would be awesome. Well, hello. Wood signs. Yes. I guess just do you already have everything that you need, like all the equipment you need? You're in North Carolina, so you're not too far away. Yeah, North Carolina is right, pretty much, depending on the way you go, not too far at all. But yes, wood signs are definitely a great seller on Etsy because you can customize it however you want. There's so many different ways you can make wood signs, and that's one way to stand out is just offer more customization than other shops do, and just try and put your own spin on things. That's what I did, and I sell a lot of the same type of signs that you'll see everywhere, but I try and put my own spin on it, if that makes sense. But I guess really just with wood signs, just make sure you practice a lot because getting those, if you're doing framed wood signs, you have to just make sure you frame everything square and just practice really well on that. And I always say sand a lot, like take your sandpaper and just sand your signs really well because that's how you'll get that's how you'll get the best, it'll keep your sign from bleeding. So that's a great way to keep your signs from bleeding. And then I found I only use spray paint now, by the way, for my wording. On my actual wood signs, I'll still use my roller and paint, but spray paint is the best way to get those crisp lines. I've heard TikTok can bring in a lot of sales to shops. Yes, I really want to start a TikTok, but I guess my daughter would laugh at me because they still think of TikTok as like that whole dancing app, but it's become way more than that now. So I definitely want to create one of those. Do I feel like signs have to be framed? No, definitely not. If you want to frame them, that's one way to make a little bit more money, I guess, because the framed wood signs are cost a little bit more, but it is more work. So it just really depends on what you want to do. If you want to make plain wood signs, do that. And if you want to make the framed wood signs, do that. My computer's about to die. Let me plug it up. Where is it? Oh. I need to go pee. There's people on here, baby. Go in there. I'll be right there. 1 second, y'all. Haley. Can you take her real quick? This is another mom life, y'all. They were doing so good though. It's been 42 minutes and she just now came in here. Can you say hi? Hi. They're in the camera. Look, you want to come up and say hi? Hi. This is little Miss Caroline. She wanted to drop in and say hello. Let's see. Do I feel like okay, so it's fun and addictive. So giving this a shot. Sorry, I really want to spend more time at home with my 2 kids. Thank you so. Okay. Baby, can you take her to the bathroom real quick, please? Thank you. That's such a mom thing to happen. Of course, but this is my life. Like I said in the last live, my children are pretty much always at home. So, but yes, spending time with the kids. That's one thing I really wanted to do. I wanted to make sure that, I don't know. I had a hard time. I was with my firstborn daughter for so many years when she was first born. I was with her until she was like 3. And so I had a hard time putting her in preschool and daycare so I could go work. And I did. I worked full time and she was in preschool and it was so hard for me. And I said, I really want to find a way to work from home. And I knew that I was meant for more than just the job that I was doing. And I was miserable and I wasn't making any money at that job. And now that I look back at it, I don't even know why I accepted that position because it was such a low paying job, but I learned a lot. And it really, I think that the whole point of me doing everything that I've done in my life has taught me and made me grow. So I think it was worth part of my journey, I guess, and part of everything that made me who I am today. So yes, do it. It's worth it. I'd say if you are ready to start your shop. I would suggest while you're in your job, unless you have the finances to be able to just quit and start your job. Luckily, my husband and I were at a good point at that time that I just was able to quit my job and just go for it. But if you know, if it wouldn't have worked out, I would have just felt like I needed to find another job, and then I wouldn't have made my dream come true. So I'd say it's just worth it. Give it a try. If you are wanting to start a business, it's obviously something in you telling you to do it. So you love when my kids say, welcome to my channel. Oh, I know. Caroline, she watches me when I make videos, and I guess she didn't really correlate where the video was going. So I don't think she must think that I'm in here just talking to myself right now. I don't think she knows that there's people watching. Probably why she came in here saying, Mom, I need to go pee. Kids. Are there any mailers that I suggest that are eco-friendly and buy in bulk? So I don't know about eco-friendly. I do buy just the poly mailers on Amazon, and you can get them on eBay too. So you can find them pretty cheap. I would look up eco-friendly if that's what you're wanting to look for. But yes, buying in bulk, eBay and Amazon. I get mine 200 at a time. No, I got 1,000 this last time, and it was really not very expensive. Okay, so how do I figure out my profit margin should be? So profit, it's there's a whole formula, and I'm going to have a video on this soon. I'm really bad about talking about it because it's hard to kind of explain, but there's an entire formula on how you figure out with wood signs how I charge per sign. And there's like a whole calculation you can do based on your 4x8 sheet of plywood and then how big your signs are. And you can figure out exactly how much it's costing you per sign to make. And then you just charge kind of what you feel comfortable with paying yourself. And I kind of go off a lot of what other sign shops are selling their signs for too, because you don't want to charge way too much or way too little. So there's a whole formula, but I promise I'm going to get more into that soon. I'm going to talk more about that soon. Have I looked on Uline for eco-friendly shipping products? Yeah, I haven't. The only thing about Uline is their shipping seems so expensive unless there's something I'm missing. But Uline, definitely, they have a lot of stuff, but it just seems so high. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong. But yes. Does anybody have any more questions about selling on Etsy or anything like that? Shipping, money? I hear footsteps again. Y'all stay in there. I had a talk with him today. I said, y'all can stay downstairs today. There's people in there, baby, okay? You got to just be quiet, okay? You can stand here as long as you're quiet.
Love you, Mom.
Love you too.
Yeah.
Okay. Y'all go play. Have fun. So any other questions about selling on Etsy or anything? And if anybody's wanting to start an Etsy shop, I can link my code for you guys in the comments once we get off here. But if you want to start, I got 40 free listings for you guys. And so that's a great way to start up your shop, is to have some free listings, because those listings cost money. That's another thing you guys always keep in mind, that Etsy charges. They charge for every listing that you put up there is 20 cents. Every time that it renews, it's another 20 cents. And then you get charged a fee with everything you sell. So looking back at my fees from last year, I was way undercharging. I wasn't charging enough. And that's why this year I changed a lot of things about my shop. And that's why this holiday season, I went in there and upped my prices too. And even with upping my prices on my ornaments and stuff, the sales were still going like crazy. So it just goes to show sometimes you aren't charging enough, and you need to kind of recognize that, and then don't undercharge yourself. Because I promise you, it's not worth the late nights. It's not worth missing time with your family if you are overworking yourself for no money. So it's definitely, and if you want another way to make a little bit more money during the holidays, is sell things that people want to buy, like a lot of, like the ornaments, for example. A lot of times people aren't going to buy just one ornament. They're going to buy a ton of them. So when you're wanting to increase your profit, buy or sell things that people can buy groups of. Like if you have wood signs, maybe sell where if they buy 3 signs, they get a price cut. Or like I said, for the ornaments, people are going to want to buy a ton of ornaments. So that's another way to kind of increase your profit with that. Because you'll also have people reach out to you wanting bulk orders. And that's another thing that I have had a good bit of this season too, is people kind of ordering in bulk for like their communities or whatever else. Bless you. You guys aren't going to start like last time. Okay? They're in the floor again, so hopefully they don't start up like they did. Yes. So any other questions about holiday orders or just Etsy during the holidays or anything like that? I'm trying to look back at my notes. We went over, any of you that have just now got on, we talked about shipping and tracking delays and how to deal with that, and how to deal with customers that are constantly asking, where's my order? When is my order going to be there? And we talked about the stress of the holidays. Try and take care of yourself, guys, during this holiday season. It's one thing that I have not done well this season is I've just been so overwhelmed, but I'm learning for next year what to do different. I'm going to be so much more prepared this next season. I'm going to buy more than I think that I need, and I'm going to ask for help when I need it. I'm going to hire help. And yeah. Oh, you are so welcome. How much inventory do I buy when I first start, and what is my suggestion on inventory? So like I said, this year I didn't buy enough. So whatever you think you need, buy way more than that. I had a great suggestion last, I think it was either the live or on my Facebook group. Somebody said they had a formula to calculate exactly how much inventory you would need. So I'm going to go back and try and find that, and I'll share it with y'all. Do I cut extra of simple decals or just what I need? Obviously with personal stuff, you can't. So no, yeah, everything that I have was so custom. Like with my ornaments, most people would have the names of their family, and they would include a lot of the Christmas sayings, but I probably will do that next year, is cut a lot of the plain thing or the normal sayings that a lot of people would order and just have it ready. But a lot of stuff was just custom. So I had to do it like right as I was working on the orders. Maybe that's something I'll work on next year, is just more things that you can just ship out and have ready, because I was bad about that. Let's see. Am I working on Valentine's Day? So I'm starting to kind of brainstorm, and during my break, I'm going to be getting things ready for that. They haven't really put out Valentine's Day stuff yet, so I don't really know a lot of what I'm going to sell this year. But the mailboxes from Target, those little mini mailboxes, those are a great seller on Valentine's Day, because you can sell them for kind of cheap because they're only like $1, and you can personalize them and sell them. And a lot of shops include cute little things inside of the mailboxes and sell them as like kind of Valentine's gifts for your kids and things like that. So that's a big Valentine's Day seller. And wood signs are huge during Valentine's Day, because you'll find the people wanting to get their loved ones wood signs. So wood signs are a big seller on Valentine's Day. When is the best time to add Christmas items to Etsy? You were late this year. So Christmas items, I think I started adding mine in August. So I'd say August and September is a good time to start selling your Christmas items. I'll tell you what, though, the most sales that I got, though, for Christmas was right within the last weeks of me being open. So people do wait last minute. So it's not too late. But there are people that start in August, which is, I could not imagine buying Christmas stuff in August, but some people do. So they really started to come in right after Halloween. A lot of Christmas sales. But yeah, it's never too late. It's never too late, because there are those last minute shoppers everywhere you go. So I had those last minute.
Mommy,
I still have people messaging asking if they can order ornaments, and no way. There's no way I'm going to do that this at this point in the game. And I'm very low on ornaments. I'm hoping I even have enough extra to have just extras just in case anyone's breaks. But luckily, nobody has had issues yet with breaking or anything like that. Knock on wood. You better not be opening more candy.
And she already had 2 pieces.
Oh my goodness. You saying hi? You can't. They can't see you, can they? Say hi. She's got a sweet tart.
And I've got a small.
Yeah. But yeah, these are my These are my little helpers. They help me all day, don't you guys?
Yes.
Uh-oh. So, yep, I guess if anybody has any more questions, let me know. I guess I'll be wrapping it up. I won't stay for 2 hours like I did the last time.
Mommy, help me, Mommy.
I know it's hard for people to go back and find the points of the video. And I'll try and go back in the description and wait until I'm done talking, please. I know it's hard. I'll try and go back in the description and link where I talked about certain things. But, yep. If any other questions, let me know before we go. And I enjoyed talking to you guys about this stuff. And like I said, I guess I want to take, if you can take anything from this, just try and prepare for the holidays best you can. And take what I have learned, I guess, and do better than me, because one thing that I did wrong this year, I guess, was just the inventory. I wish I would have prepared more than I thought. And then keeping up with how many things you have, how many items you have, and then how many sales you're getting. Because with ornaments, it's so hard to keep tally of how many ornaments you have and how many sales you get. Things like that. Because that was that was very stressful. I'm lucky that my mom was actually able to find ornaments at a Hobby Lobby really far right before I started closing down, just so I could have an extra amount just in case. So just prepare for inventory and be prepared for stress. In the beginning, it won't be as stressful unless you just take off. Like the beginning, my first year, I did not have the busiest Christmas, but it really started to grow after that. So just be ready, I guess. And then just be ready for those customers too, because they're going to be there, the ones that are ready for their items immediately. So just be prepared for that. And then know that you can make some good money on Etsy, y'all. So I guess that's it. That's all I have to talk about today. So thank you guys so much for coming on here. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to have more videos starting, I guess. I'm going to start filming some this week. I'm going to do the silhouette unboxing, I promise. And then I have a couple of other ones coming. I might do like a filming the last week working on holiday orders, kind of make that into not a long video, but a longer video, just kind of working on holiday orders, getting those last ones shipped out. That's what I'm going to start tomorrow. I'm going to kind of do a whole week long video on that. And then I'm going to do my silhouette unboxing and first cut with that this week. I'm excited
to see that silhouette.
Yeah, I'm excited to see the silhouette, y'all. It is a big silhouette. It is so big. I could barely pick that thing up. That thing was bigger than you laid next to it.
Yeah, I laid next to it.
She laid next to it, and the box is the size of her. So it's very big. And I'm going to have to even buy a new table. I bought a new wire. Y'all know my wire thing that I keep my silhouettes on if you've seen my other videos. I bought a bigger one to be able to fit this big machine. So it's interesting. Okay, I got a couple more. I opened my Etsy shop in June and I've only had 3 sales, finding it hard to stay motivated with working full time. I understand that. It is so hard to stay motivated when it is slower to kind of come. And that's okay, because everybody grows at their own pace, because there's so much to learn on Etsy. And I started Etsy when it was still had the old CEO and everything. And a lot of stuff has changed over the last, I guess, few years. So it does take time sometimes. But my suggestion is just to when you have time, just work on it. And if you don't, that's okay. If you're wanting to make this your full-time job, though, give it your all, and anything that you put your mind to, you can do it. I'm telling y'all, if I could do it, you can. Because I was unhappy, like I said, and I wanted to make a difference in my life and change. So if you want to do it, just do it. So do I charge on rush shipping? Yes, I definitely charge on rush shipping. I charge a $10 rush fee. So that adds on top of shipping, that adds on top of everything. So it's $10 if they want to rush their order. And I don't charge any less than that. And if they want it and it's usually 3 days. I rush it to like the customized orders, like the wood signs are $10, everything like that. So definitely do charge for rush. If I'm not busy though, if I'm not busy, and if someone reaches out to me and it's a time where I'm really slow on orders, a lot of times I'll just push their order up. But during the holidays, yeah, I definitely charge for my rush orders. Don't do that with the candy in your mouth, please. But yeah. Okay. Thank you so much for all your help. You guys are welcome. Thank y'all for joining my live. Like I said, I'm sorry that I haven't had more formal videos. I'm still so new to this live stuff. So I'm trying to get all my thoughts together. I'm very scatterbrained, in case you haven't noticed. I'm always all over the place. So these lives, sometimes I'll be like talking about one thing and then I'll just go on to the next. So thank y'all for bearing with my scatterbrained mind. I appreciate it. So does Hobby Lobby usually have the ornaments in stock? Yes, they do, usually when you get them early. So get them as soon as they come out and when the stuff is 50% off. Because their Christmas stuff is usually not on sale when they first get it out. And then it will go on sale in, I think, when is it? Like right before Halloween, I think it goes on sale. And that's when I buy them. I go order them online. And then I'll make a big order when they have them in stock.
Caroline, what are you doing?
Let's see. Do I standardize my descriptions on my products because it takes so much time to write down details? Yes, I do. Okay, so if I have an item that is similar to another item, I'll just copy. There's a copy button, and you copy it, and you can just kind of change a few things on there. So yes, you can copy listings and make it easier because it is a lot of work. But it depends if you're selling a bunch of different things. If you're selling a ton of different items, yeah, you might be taking a lot of time. But if it's something similar, it's easy to just copy. There's a copy button. I can show that one day, show you guys how to do that. Hey, I just saw you went live. I missed it. Oh, so sorry you missed it, but you can go back and watch it. I'm sorry that it took a little bit long. I know it's a whole hour, but we talked about, all the things with holiday shipping and how crazy it can be and some little things about money. If you're trying to get the orders for your Christmas, but I see a question on your website. Okay, Kaylee, I'll go check that. I'm so sorry. My Wix website, I don't get notifications very well. It doesn't always go off to me. I have to actually manually check it. So thank you for letting me know. I'll go look and get your question answered. But if there's anything you want to ask, you can ask it now, unless it's something more personal, and I'm happy to go check that. But yes.
Mommy.
Get back down.
Meow.
Are you good? I know you're good. Oh, yeah. Okay. I'll check it tonight then. I'll try and go on there if I can this evening, and I'll get to your question. So, yeah, I appreciate all you guys joining. And if you guys have any more questions before I go, let me know. I would love to get to everybody because I know a lot of people get it last minute and they want to ask questions.
Yeah.
And if you guys are not on my Facebook group, I'm on there a lot, and we have a lot of good, helpful members on there. It is Simply Sally DIY on Facebook. Here, get down for just a minute, please. Look, there's people watching you. You think Santa Claus is on there? Santa Claus might be watching. Mm-hmm. And we can't be bad if Santa Claus is watching. Any advice starting an Etsy shop in one-bedroom apartment with a toddler? So, yeah, what are you wanting to sell, Michelle? It depends on what you're wanting to sell. I guess, if it's wood signs or something, I don't know if you have a place to put your stuff, but it just really depends. Just let me know what you're wanting to sell, and I'll try and help if I can. Okay, go in the playroom, and I'll meet you in there. I'm almost done. I just have a few more questions, okay? Well, at least they stayed out for a little while, so I could get some. Okay, go tell her that you'd like to come in, and tell her mommy's almost done with her video. Okay. Sorry, y'all. So I'd love to cut wood, but it seems so intimidating. And you're wanting to make decals and custom mason jar vases. So yes, you can totally do it. At our old house, I had a little corner in our living room, and that is where my office was set up. I ended up making that my office. I'm sorry, y'all. Haley, let her in. I'm almost done. Okay. Yes, I had a little corner in my living room, and I would utilize every small space I had. So under my bed, I would keep containers of all of things that I needed to kind of just hide all the crazy stuff. So utilize your closets, utilize under the beds, set up a little corner and make it your work corner. And that is how I did it. Work at your kitchen table, that's how I did it. That's how I started off. And our house wasn't like super, we had a little space for me, but it was a smaller house. So that is how I started off, and I made it work for a couple of years. So you can do it. You can totally do it in your apartment. I'm sorry, guys, if you can hear my little one crying in the background. Okay, here, you can sit in my lap. We're almost done. Here, you want to say bye to everybody in a minute?
Bye.
Let me go ahead and let's answer these last few questions. Thank you. That's my mom's in the comments. Thank you, Mom. I was just telling them how you came to help me that one day, and it was very helpful. So thank you so much. She was a good ribbon tire. She helped me tie ribbons. I'm so enjoying your lives. I stopped sewing and grabbed my big girl cookie dough to hang out. Thank you for these. Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you for joining. I appreciate it so much. You have a 2-year-old. Yes, you guys know how it goes. They were good for a little while, but as soon as they kind of got the drift that I was in here, they had to come in. My dining room corner is my office. It's tight, but it works. You can definitely make it work. It's possible. And, if you keep growing, that's a way to, improve, but it can happen in a small house for sure. Good luck with last minute sales. I have a happy holiday. Thank you so much. Luckily, I closed my shop down already, so nobody can place any more orders. I couldn't do it right now if I tried. I'm almost done. Be quiet for a minute. I'm almost done catching up on orders, though. I have 60 more left. So you've been so helpful with all your videos. I'm wondering if you cut your wood per order, or do you have a small stash of sizes that you often use? So I use the same size signs. So I have about 4 different sizes that I offer. Here, I'll get them for you. Here you go. This one's open, baby. I have 12 by 24, 6 by 16, 6 by 24, 12 by 12, and 16 by 32. So yes, I do pre-cut sometimes, but what I found that's the most helpful is I will buy a sheet of plywood and cut as I go. And I have a circular saw, a little hand saw. So that's what I do. I just grab the wood and I just cut as I get the orders. That's the easiest way for me, because you just don't know what sizes you're going to get. But my most popular, which is 12 by 24, I will cut that a lot usually. You found me by how to ship with Etsy video, and you started following the platforms. And thank you so much, Michelle. I'm so happy that you're here and that you watched all the videos. What transfer tape do I use for my decals? So I Clear Choice AT65. I know it's a big mouthful, but that is what I use for my transfer tape, and it is hands down the best transfer tape. You guys throw all that other stuff away because this is the best and has no residue. It has it's kind of a higher tack, so it sticks very well, but it releases very well as well. So Caroline, Santa's watching. She doesn't care. This child is relentless. Hey, nice to see you. Sorry, cut out. Oh, did my stuff cut out? Sorry. It was the transfer tape. It was Rtape. Here, let me type it in the comments. Rtape Clear Choice AT65. So that is what transfer tape I use, and it is the best. It has no residue left behind. It has a higher tack, so it doesn't. It releases pretty easily, and it sticks on things pretty well. So that's my favorite transfer tape. You're welcome. And I have used other things in the past. I pretty much used everything, and that's the best. Caroline, what do we talk about? They say that the terrible twos are bad, but y'all, it gets worse. It gets worse the older they get.